After discussing about the troubles of staying at home during COVID-19, right now, I want you to think about what life would be like, and more specifically, how different this college learning experience would be if Corona didn't exist. Well, let's see where we're at right now. The US currently has 11.3 million cases and counting. Masks are now a daily essential, and COVID-19's impact on the school system is unimaginable due to the fact that most college students are transitioning from the traditional face-to-face learning experience to one that is completely remote. Now, college students have this initial shock to this online world because we had expectations on what college would be like. I expected that I would be walking into a large classroom with hundreds of students surrounding me, focusing in the teacher in the middle. Now, Sana Ali, one of the well-being officers at the University of Leicester, stated that this academic school year will be a very different experience. And this is all because of the social distancing rules that have been in effect. According to the Texas Tribune, Texas A&M, in order to comply with these rules, have limited their classrooms to 33% to 40% capacity. This means that more than 60% of students are remaining in their homes and following along this online learning route. This raises an issue because most students, while at home, are distracted by many things, such as their phones, such as the apps on their computer, and the problem is that it is so easy to access. Me personally, even during my online lectures, I get distracted when a notification pops up on my phone, or I might be watching a video on the side. And along with all these distractions, the environment that online learning supports isn't at all the greatest either. Most colleges utilize a online software known as Zoom, and though it has tools such as the raise your hand option, the chat box, and the share your screen, this cannot compare to the traditional face-to-face learning experience where you can see and hear the teacher with your own senses. Now, because not a lot of people have their webcams on, it is hard to tell whether people are engaged or not. So it can be safe to assume that student engagement in virtual classrooms can be close to zero, and participating in the classroom is also very difficult due to the nature of learning through a screen. Now, with online learning and needing to stay home, you need the proper technology to do all this. From ranging from the webcam to the laptop to the microphone to the headphones to Wi-Fi, all these things are compulsory in order to have a chance at being successful in learning. But the problem is that most students are unprepared and unfamiliar with all of this new online softwares and online tools that we are not accustomed to. And with online learning, all the assignments, all the quizzes, and all the tests are also all online. And I personally had my share of bad experience with the online software tools, such as eCampus and Canvas and Blackboard, because of how confusing everything is. And I even had to watch videos on how to figure out how to work it. And funny story is that my first experience of a college exam actually crashed because of how many students were on the system and how crowded it was. Now, hearing all these issues, there are some solutions that come into mind. The first solution is that Texas A&M needs to listen to the feedback that from previous semesters from students and staff. This can create a conversation that can solve these issues in a positive and productive manner. And I think that what Texas A&M did well in the spring 2020 semester is that they gave students the opportunity to have their grades pass through a pass or fail system. And I think that for right now, Texas A&M should offer that for students for the coming semesters as well, because I don't think right now is the right time to gauge a student's grade based off these online learning experiences. And I think that we are all in this together anyway, and I think Texas A&M should give students a second chance and be more forgiving and lenient and flexible towards students who are unfamiliar to these online software tools. Now, with all these issues right now, and the fact that most students are staying at home and learning through the online process, why this raises a question, why are we still paying the same tuition rates? Well, Catherine will talk to you about the financial struggles that students have faced in COVID-19. These are my slide decks.